message was changed to be directed to the youth today. So it's dedicated to the youth, and the rest of y'all, old folks, can listen in. Deja Vu Part 2. Deja Vu Part 2. Now, in your program, it gives the definition of deja vu, which we talked about last week. And it says deja vu literally means already seen. It is the phenomenon of having the strong sensation that an event or experience currently being experienced has already been experienced in the past, right? Yeah. Deja vu is a feeling of familiarity, and deja vu, the feeling of having already lived through something, is a feeling of recollection. So what we're learning here today, youth, is how to pray. How to pray and get results. How to pray and how to understand that prayer is a very active, dynamic, living experience. Prayer is something that you live, not just something that you say. I want your attention, youth. You can't talk while I'm talking. Prayer is something that you live. Prayer is something that you experience. It is not just utter some words and then you walk away and you wait for something in the sky to do something called God and bring your prayer into realization or into answer. Do you understand? And the youth say what? I understand. So prayer is a living experience, and I'm going to share with you a story. The story is a story that happened in the life of a philosopher who we know, the older ones of us, by the name of Neville. Neville is a great philosopher, a healer, a teacher. But he's sharing, and he's an author of many books. And you go Google him on YouTube, you'll see a lot of lessons there by Neville. And Neville is telling you a story about what started this path here. And I'm going to read that to you, but I want you to listen for something. And what I want you to listen for is how prayer works. I want you to listen to a real life experience of prayer in action. This is how to pray, and this is how prayer works. And this is how you are supposed to live, in a sense and attitude of expectation that God is always working in my life. And that, so I'm going to preface this with a scripture from the Living Bible's translation of Habakkuk chapter 2. And here it says, but these things I planned won't happen right away. That's why my topic is what? Just be patient. So let's say, just be patient. Once more. Just be patient. Just be patient. In other words, chill. 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 You gotta tell yourself, chill. I mean, if it's a healing that you're waiting to manifest, don't worry. Be happy. Chill. You got something in the oven. And the direction says 450. What? Degrees. Not 480. 450. Now chill, because something is rising. Something is working. And all of the ingredients in that recipe, it has to chemicalize. Everything has to come together, and then at an appointed time, that's what it says here. It says here, but these things I planned won't happen right away, says the scripture. Slowly, steadily, surely, the time approaches when the vision will be fulfilled. And so what we talked about last week that I said that we'll talk more about today is in the meantime. Did I say that? So what we're learning what to do, what is happening in the meantime, once you say, Lord, I want, this is my desire. There's a meantime period. So in the meantime, what do? You keep your mind engaged. It seems slow, do not despair, for these things will surely come to pass. Just be patient. That's what the scripture says. So now let me read to you the story, but it'll help if I read the substance of where this story is coming from, the song DEJA. It says, "This is insane," Dionne Warwick was singing, and others. "All you did was say hello, speak my name, feeling your love, like a love I used to know long ago." So we want to talk about this long ago in spiritual prayer. How can it be? You are a different space and time. Come to me. Feel like home in a place I used to know long ago. We want to talk more about this long ago. Could you be the dream that I once knew? Is it you? Deja vu. Could you be the dream that might come true, shining through? I keep remembering me. I keep remembering you. This is divine. I've been waiting all my life, feeling time. Somewhere before, as if I've loved you so long ago. Now, I know you want to remember everything that I've just shared with you, because it's important in order to follow the story. She's remembering something that happened long ago. And now, she's experiencing it in the now. She's met her love. This love from long ago. But it happened because she kept remembering. I keep remembering. Once you pray, you have to keep remembering. And what is it that you keep remembering? What happened long ago? What happened long ago was your prayer was manifested. It was fulfilled. It was answered. It was given long ago. It's already finished. Let me hear you say it. It was already finished. It was already finished. It was already finished. It was already finished, which means it's already done. Let's repeat. It is already done. It is already done. It is already done. Prayer means keep remembering that it's already done. The scholarships, plural, that are lying before you, it's already given, it's already done. The way for your first 4-year completion, it's already set up, it's already designed, it's already orchestrated. The room number 263 is waiting for you. Whatever it is, the books, the wherewithal, the transportation, the housing, the whatever. And all of the teachers and philosophers and mentors and tutors and everything that you need, it's finished. They're sitting, waiting for you. You have to remember that. Everything that you need. You don't have to ride the bus if you don't want to. The vehicle, the transportation, everything is waiting for you. Are you listening? And furthermore, the career, the job, the appointment, the assignment, the business success, it's already designed, it's already waiting for you if you keep remembering that it's already done. That's, okay, here's what happened to Neville. He said, let me tell you why I am doing what I am doing today. So he had a beginning. He said, it was back in 1933 in the city of New York, and my old friend Abdullah, with whom I studied Hebrew for 5 years, was really the beginning of the eating of all my superstitions. See, he had a religious background. He was filled with a lot of superstitions. He said, when I went to him, I was filled with superstitions. I couldn't eat meat. I could not eat fish. I could not eat chicken. I could not eat any of these things that were living in the world. I did not drink, I did not smoke, and I was making a tremendous effort to live a celibate life. Abdullah said to me, I am not going to tell you you are crazy, Neville. but you argue about it. All of these things are stupid. But I could not believe they were stupid. In November 1933, I bade goodbye to my parents in the city of New York as they sailed for Barbados. I had been in this country 12 years with no desire to see Barbados. I was not successful, and I was ashamed to go home to successful members of my family. After 12 years in America, I was a failure in my own eyes. I was in the theater and made money 1 year and spent it the next month. I was not what I would call by their standards, nor by mine, a successful person. Mind you, when I said goodbye to my parents in November, I had no desire to go to Barbados. Put a pin in it. When I said goodbye to them, I had no desire to go to Barbados. Why do you think he didn't have a desire to go to Barbados? He said he was a poor man. Didn't he? And it cost a lot of money for him to go to Barbados from New York. He didn't even think that he could go. Look what happened. The ship pulled out, and as I came up the street, something possessed me. Let me hear you say something possessed me. Something possessed me. Something possessed me 3 times. Something possessed me. You are sitting here today, youth, because something has possessed you. Something has possessed you, and you're going towards it. He said, something possessed me with a desire to go to Barbados. Something has possessed me with a desire to get a BA, to get a master's, to get a PhD, to own a company, to be successful in whatever it is that God has planted in your mind. That something is what we're talking about today, but you just have to be patient. Something possessed me. Well, it was in the year 1933. I was unemployed and had no place to go except a little room on 75th Street. So why is he going to dream about going to Barbados? I went straight to my old friend Abdullah and said to him, Al, the strangest feeling is possessing me. Somebody in here wants to be healed of some incurable something. Or something that the doctor hasn't been able to help them with. Somebody in here has a problem with the home that they want, transportation, eviction, whatever it is, an impasse in a relationship, a desire for a relationship to be healed. Just fill in the blank. Well, if you have that desire, he had a desire day of the Father speaking to his mind, and the minute that the desire hits your mind, it's already done. You're possessed with that. And what God announces, God will bring to pass. Well, he said, the strangest feeling is possessing me. For the first time in 12 years. That was a very strange language to me. I am in New York City. I guess I missed something. I went straight to my old friend Abdullah and said to him, Ab, the strangest feeling is possessing me. For the first time in 12 years, there it is, I want to go to Barbados. Do you hear that? For the first time in 12 years, a strange feeling possessed me. I want to go to Barbados. I haven't been wanting to go before. So his friend said to him, see, his friend was a well-seasoned philosopher, a well-seasoned healer, a wise old man, in other words. And this man said to him, if you want to go, Neville, you have gone. Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. I want the old folks to help the young folks. Everybody say, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One more time. Mm-hmm. One more time. Mm-hmm. If you want to go, Neville, you have gone. That was very strange language to me. I'm in New York City on 72nd Street, and he tells me I have gone to Barbados. I said to him, what do you mean, I have gone, Abdullah? He said, do you really want to go? I answered, yes. He then said to me, as you walk through this door now, you are not walking on 72nd Street. You are walking on palm-lined streets, coconut-lined streets. This is Barbados. How? This is Barbados. Do not ask me how you are going to go. See, he was teaching you something. I'm teaching you something. This I've been through. This has happened to me in many ways. He says, you are in Barbados. You do not say how when you are there. You are there. Now you walk as though you were there. What does the Bible say? Act as though I am, and I will be. I went out of this place in a daze. I'm in Barbados. I have no money. I have no job. I'm not well clothed. And yet I am in Barbados. He was not the kind of person with whom you would argue. Now that we look. 2 weeks later. Come on, just be patient. Just be patient. Y'all gotta wake up. Just be patient. Come on. Just be patient. 2 weeks later. I was in no nearer my goal than on the day I first told him I wanted to go to Barbados. I said to him, I trust you implicitly, but there's one time, but this is one time I cannot see how it is going to work. I have not one penny towards my journey. And I began to explain. You know what he did? He was as black as the ace of spades, my old friend Abdullah, with his turban head. As I sat in his living room, he rose from his chair and went towards his study and slammed the door, which was not an invitation to follow him. As he went through the door, he said to me, I have said all that I have to say. On the 3rd of December, I stood before Abdullah and told him again I was no nearer my trip. He repeated his statement, you are in Barbados. The very last ship sailing for Barbados that would take me there for the reason I wanted to go, which was to be there for Christmas, sailed at noon on December 6th, the old Marisa. On the morning of December 4th, having no job, having no place to go, I slept late. When I got up, there was an air mail letter from Barbados under my door. As I opened it, well, see, that's equivalent to email today, y'all. We used to have something when we were your age, it's called air mail. We had to put extra 50 cents on the stamp, and they could put it on the airplane to take it to us. But now they got text, email. On the morning of December 4th, having no job, having no place to go, I slept late. When I got up, there was an airmail letter from Barbados under my door. As I opened the letter, a little piece of paper flickered to the floor. I picked it up, and it was a draft for $50. It's like a check. You translators standing here. And $50 was a lot of money, by the way. The letter was from my brother Victor, and it read, I'm not asking you to come. No, this is a command. We have never had a Christmas when all the members of our family were present at the same time. This Christmas, it could be done if you would come. See what's happening? Come on now. You're in the other. 4:45 right now, going to that 4:50. You see, you don't know what's going on. We believe in something that's called a divine orchestration. You see, the angels are at work. Scripture says, beware when you entertain strangers, you entertain angels unawares. And you don't know that you have to realize that we are on something that's called an internet system. It's called a universal mind. You understand what I'm saying? Universal mind was the first internet. And so we are on something that's called the www, World Wide Web. And how we go online is with a password called prayer. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody who is praying and online, there are as many opportunities for you to receive your answer in good as there are people who are online. So that means that his brother was online. And because he too was online, he heard his heart's desire, and God used him. You don't know who God is using right now for you to prepare you to get you to the way of your destiny. All you got to do is stay online. Okay, my oldest brother Cecil left home before the youngest was born, and then we started to move away from home at different times. So never in the history of our family were we ever all together at the same time. The letter continued. His brother said, "You're not working? I know there's no reason why you cannot come, so you must be here before Christmas." The enclosed $50 is to buy a few shirts or a pair of shoes you may need for the trip. Now, you will not need tips used the bar if you are drinking. I will meet the ship. Now, whatever you need is going to be taken care of on the way. My word has gone before to take care of him. And when the ship arrives, he said, "I will meet the ship and pay all your tips, all your expenses. I have called the shipping company and told them to issue you a ticket when you appear at their office." That's how God is working for you. That's how God is working for me. I'm 70 years old. I know I look young as you. But I have lived this. This has happened through my life. Time after time after time after time. And do you know why? It's because I believe. My book tells me, my operations manual that's called the Holy Bible tells me that it is done unto you as you believe. This man is talking about the trip to Barbados. If I could stand here and tell you the list of countries that I've been to, and how much have I paid? $0. Nothing. Do you hear me? By the same thing here. Somebody shows up and tells me, "It's already done, come on." The $50 is simply to buy some little essentials. You may sign as you want. You may sign as you want aboard the ship. I will meet it and take care of all obligations. I went on to the shipping company with my letter and let them read it. They said, "Oh, we received the cable, Mr. Gutter, but unfortunately we have not any space left on the December 6th sale." What is the message to the youth? Well, as you go forward, you might have some roadblocks. You might have some, little bumps to go over. You might have some doors closed. You might have some nays amongst the yays. You might have some delays. But the scripture here, but the lesson in this man's story teaches you how to shut up. Don't start whining, don't start complaining, don't get nervous. Just be patient. Come on. Just be patient. Just be patient. Once more. Just be patient. His first reaction was that, well, we don't have any space for you. The only thing available is third class between New York and St. Thomas. When we get to St. Thomas, we have a few passengers who are getting off. You may then ride first class from St. Thomas to Barbados. But between New York and St. Thomas, you must go third class. Although you may have the privileges of the first class dining room and walk the decks on the first class. So I said, "I'll take it." I went back to my friend Abdullah on the afternoon of December 4th and said, "It worked like a dream." I told him what I had done, thinking he would be happy. Nope, not happy. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Who told you that you're going third class?" Are you listening? Yeah. Did I see you in Barbados? The man you are going third class. You are in Barbados and you went there first class. That's right. You've already been and you went first class. That's what deja vu is. Deja vu is re-experiencing the experience that has already happened. Are you hearing me? Yeah. I did not have one moment. I did not have one moment to see him again before I sailed on the noon of December 6th. Now, this is what's happening in the noontime because he's being patient. What is the patient? Is the root word of patience. Patience means that I am certain of what has already happened. I already know the outcome. I know what the doctor is going to tell me 2 weeks from now in my next appointment. I know what the banker is going to tell me when I go in to sign the documents. Oh, well, I told him about my house last week and how I got it. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to tell you next time about it. But it was because I was patient. I'm patient. Patience means I'm not worried. Patience means I know what the outcome is going to be. Are you following me? I do not have one moment to see him. I didn't have one moment to see him before I felt it. When I reached the dock with my passport and my papers to get aboard that ship, the agent said to me, "We have good news for you, Mr. Goddard. There has been a cancellation, and you are going first class." This is what happens when you just be patient. Abdullah taught me the importance of remaining faithful to an idea and not compromising. I wavered, but he remained faithful to the assumption that I was in Barbados and had traveled first class. Now back to the significance of our 2 Bible stories. The well is deep and you have no bucket, you have no rope. Feast on the idea, he had talked about 2 Bible stories in the future, preceding part of the story. Okay, feast on the idea, become identified with the idea as though you were already that embodied state. Does everybody follow? Yes. You apply the same principle to anything that you're working on, working through. Walk in the assumption that you are what you want to be. If you feast on that and remain faithful to that mental diet, you will crystallize it. You will become it in this world. When I came back to New York in 1934, after 3 heavenly months in Barbados, I drank, I smoked, and did everything I had not done in years. I ate my golden bird chicken. I went to the club. All those things that I was saying that I shouldn't do, couldn't do because of all of those religious reasons and all of listening to other folks' limitations and issues that I bought into, I let go. I remember when Abdullah had said to me, "After you have proven this law, you will become normal." No. You will come out of that graveyard. You will come out of that dead past where you think you are being holy. For all you are really doing, you're being so good. No, you are good for nothing. I came back walking this earth a completely transformed person. From that day, which was in February 1934, I began to live more and more. I cannot honestly tell you I have always succeeded. My many mistakes in this world, my many failures would convict me if I told you that I have so completely mastered the movements of my attention that I can at all times remain faithful to the idea I want to embody. But I can say, with the ancient teacher, although I seem to have failed in the past, I move on and strive day after day to become that which I want to embody in this world. Suspend judgment. Refuse to accept what reason and the senses now dictate. And if you remain faithful to the new diet, you will become the embodiment of that ideal to which you remain faithful. If there is one place in the world that is unlike my little island of Barbados, it is New York City. In Barbados, the tallest building is 3 stories. And the streets are lined with palm trees and coconut trees and all sorts of tropical things. But in New York City, you must go to the park to find a tree. Yet I had to walk the streets of New York as though I walked the streets of Barbados. To one's imagination, all things are possible. I walked, feeling that I was actually walking the streets of Barbados. And in that assumption, I could almost smell the odor of the coconut-lined trees. I began to create with my mind's eye the atmosphere I would physically encounter were I in Barbados. As I remained faithful to this assumption, somebody canceled passage and I received it. My brother in Barbados, whoever thought of my brother in Barbados, who never thought of my coming home, has the commanding urge to write me a strange letter. You can cause that to happen in as many people as you want. I do it all the time. They don't even know why they come writing with stuff in their hand. Or call in and say, Ahman. There's an urge that comes upon them because I'm just sitting patiently waiting to see who's online and who's going to hear and come bring me my stuff. He had never dictated to me, but this time he dictated and thought that he originated it, and thought he originated the idea of my visit. I went home and had 3 heavenly months, returned first class, and brought back quite a sum of cash in my pocket. My trip, had I paid for it, would have been $3,000. Yet I did it without a nickel in my pocket. I have ways ye know not of, he's quoting scripture. The dimensionally greater self took my assumption as the command and influenced the behavior of my brother to write that letter, influenced the behavior of someone to cancel the first class passage, and did all the things necessary that would tend toward the production of the idea which I was identified. I was identified with the feeling of being there, slept as though I were there, and the entire behavior of man was molded in harmony with my assumption. Closing. I did not go down to the shipping company and beg them for a passage, asking them to cancel someone who was booked first class. I did not need to write my brother and beg him to send me some money or buy a passage. He thought he originated the act. Actually, to this day, he believes that he initiated the desire to bring me home. My old friend Abdullah simply said to me, you are in Barbados. You want to be there? Wherever you want to be, there you are. Live as though you are, and you shall be. Amen. So this is how we pray. You repeat. I am already there. I am already there. Come on. What's there? I am already there. I feel it. I feel it. I see it.
I see it.
I smell it.
I smell it.
I am it.
I am it.
I am already there.
I am already
And let's say
there.
it's already done 3 times. It is already done. It is already done. It is already done. And so it is.